What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we're discussing the second chapter of Dragon Ball Super's manga. So of course that means there's spoilers in this video. And by the way, I will point out that the second chapter roughly covers episode 5 of the anime, so we're that far ahead in the manga so far. So if you want none of that spoiled, skip this video. However, if you don't care, keep watching because we're going to discuss everything that happened. And also, by the way, I can't actually tell you where to read the manga or use the scans in this video because of copyright reasons. So all I can say is if you were to randomly go onto a manga site, you might be able to find the second chapter in English just by typing it in. So do that. But what happens in the second chapter? Well, something I want to first point out is how fast the pacing of it is compared to the anime. When we saw the first chapter, all we saw was Goku get the money from Hercule, and then we saw a quick, part with Whis and Beerus blowing on top planet, and then remembering the Super Saiyan God because of the soup, and then heading home. Well, the second chapter immediately begins after that, where we see Beerus and Whis on their home planet talking to Oracle Fish, and then they find out about the Super Saiyan God. And upon investigation, Whis uses his Google staff to Google where Goku actually is. Yes, his Google staff. He Googles where Goku actually is and finds him on King Kai's planet, and they immediately go over there. Well, while they're actually heading over there, which actually takes a couple seconds, a lot faster than it did in the Battle Gods movie, King Kai senses he's coming, and it mentioned that the God Destruction Beerus is heading their way, to which, of course, Goku gets excited because he wants to fight him. So the second he shows up, Goku immediately attacks him so he can spar with him, and we already saw what happens. He basically fights him and gets whooped. However, it's slightly different in this chapter compared to what we saw in the Battle Gods movie. In Battle Gods, we see Goku kind of show off his transformations. He goes Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and then Super Saiyan 3, and then ultimately he gets pretty much wrecked by Beerus. Well, in the manga, Goku fights him in all forms. He's fighting him in Super Saiyan 1, he then goes Super Saiyan 2, and then goes Super Saiyan 3. And this entire time, Beerus is doing what he did, on the Battle Gods movie, just dodging his attacks and just kind of making a fool out of himself, with Goku trying to hit him, but he can't. But when he asks him to go Super Saiyan God, Goku's like, duh, I can't. This is my final form. Beerus knocks him out the same way he did in the Battle Gods movie, and that's the end of the fight. Now, the major event that happens in this chapter is they quickly pan over in the next page to Champa and his yet-to-be-named companion, who are just kind of floating around in space, and they seem worried that Beerus could sense them because other gods can sense other gods. And but because Beerus was busy fighting Goku, he was too unfocused and then didn't get a chance to sense him. Therefore, Champa and his Whis thingy end up following Beerus and Whis to Earth because that's where they go next after beating Goku, because they want to probably go up to Vegeta next and ask him about the Super Saiyan God, and that's all that happens. So it's interesting to see how they're sticking to the same formula from Battle of Gods, but slightly different. But now we get to the point where it's going to completely veer off into a different direction, because now we have the variable that is known as Champa and his version of Whis that are going to be going to Earth as well. Excuse me, my voice is randomly dying. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen in the next chapter, the next set of episodes, because now we have Champa officially in the series. So I'm curious to know what's going to happen when he shows up on Earth as well. Is he going to fight Beerus? Is Champa and Beerus going to team up against Goku and Vegeta? I don't know yet. There's a bunch of theories that we can speculate at this point, but I want to know your own thoughts. What do you think Champa is actually going to do? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he going to fight Beerus? Is he just going to team up with Beerus? Is he going to get as curious like Beerus did and try to find another Super Saiyan God? Maybe both Goku and Vegeta will go Super Saiyan God in this fight, and they'll both have to take on both the gods of destruction, which will be kind of cool to see. Basically, there's a lot of possibilities open at this point, and all we can do is just wait until the next set of episodes come out, which should be around episode 6, and I guess the next chapter, which happens once a month. So we'll have to wait a couple weeks to see what actually happens, but that's pretty much where we're at with Dragon Ball Super at this point. So what do you guys think about that? If you have any questions, comments, or theories yourself, drop it in the comment section below, and I'm curious to know what your own thoughts are behind what's happening so far in the manga. So yeah, let me know. So of course, if you're enjoying Dragon Ball Super up to this point, make sure you hit that like button. I want to know how many of you guys are enjoying it so far. Punch the like button right in the face. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in regards to everything that's been happening. What is Champa going to do and all that good stuff, and we'll just take it from there. As always, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I will see all you awesome Super Sandwiches in the comment section below. Peace.